I'm Arthur White-Crummy, and I'm in the woods near Herdman Station. Every 3 years, the city tries to count every homeless person in Ottawa as part of a nationally coordinated survey. Salvation Army outreach teams have one of the hardest jobs. They try to find everyone who's sleeping outside. They figure there are about 300, staying on the streets, sleeping in their cars, or deep in the woods. Many don't want to be found. I met up with Michaela Tasselauskas from the Salvation Army at about 7:30 at night. She took me into this wooded area close to the heart of the city. She said it's a hot spot, a prime location for encampments. We're trying to find Julie Voltolina. The outreach workers know her well. She's been living in a clearing here off and on for about 6 months. It takes a while to find the right spot in the dark. Finally, a blockade of branches and tarps marks the rim of Julie's camp.
This is a very unique encampment. It is fully fenced in on all sides, and there essentially are rooms. There's a sitting room, there's fairy twinkly lights up in the bedroom. So we're very excited to show you this and just showcase how, encampments are not one size fits all.
Give us a tour.
A tour. Okay, so right now we're in the process of remaking my walls because I got attacked. This isn't done. I had to move it, so this is gonna be I gotta get more rocks. It's gonna be my stone oven. Like you have at a restaurant. Basically, it's my oven.
What happens in this tent?
That's my guest tent.
Your guest tent, perfect.
So I have a friend that I just took in. Everything's lined with duvets, so you don't get cold at night. Keeps you warm. And then it's tarped. So we could have a full-out rainstorm. You're not getting rained on. So this is the eating area. We're gonna have a table in here, so this will be the kitchen / living room. Then you got people who don't want to take their shoes off in my house can hang out inside my tent. And then you've got, this is where I sleep. So that's a real bed.
This is great.
And there's a couch. It's comfortable, it's homey, doesn't feel like you're homeless. I don't know. I like it here. No one bothers me out here.
The outreach workers leave bottled water and head to the next spot. They've recently connected Julie to housing case management and gotten her on the social housing registry. So far this year, they've managed to house about 155 people from places like this. But Tasselauskas has little doubt. If Julie finds housing, someone else will move into this clearing.
So we're going to an encampment on Montreal Road. So it belongs to an individual named Lucy. Now this encampment is very different from Julie's in that it's not hidden at all.
They're coming with a survey, a vital part of the point in time count. Tasselauskas says that data will help them understand who is homeless in Ottawa and what kinds of services are needed to help them.
Is it Lucy? Yeah. Hi, my name's Michaela. I came here with CBC. So the survey has some very personal questions. So in the last 12 months, do you know how long you've been unhoused?
5 months.
About 5 months?
Yeah. I didn't. I got cut off from ODSP. Yeah, I did. Then stopped paying your rent. Then I came here. Someone gave me a tent, so I started coming here. Yeah, that's it.
You're doing okay here?
Yeah, I love it.
Why don't you want to go to a shelter?
Because I don't need rules.
In 2018, the survey found about 3.5% of homeless people were sleeping outside, in their vehicles, on the streets, or in tents. 3 years later, that number was a bit more than 11%. Tasselauskas expects it's even higher this year. Her team is finding more and more people sleeping in their vehicles. They're some of the hardest to reach and count. Now, the team is looking for a couple who've been living in their van since July when their apartment was damaged by fire. Now, they're somewhere here in train yards.
I sleep in the chair, I bring it back. I bring it back like this.
Kasim says he came to Canada from Syria about 25 years ago. He's been homeless once before, but this time is longer and harder.
It's very, very bad situation. I don't know how to explain to you. It's not easy. It's not easy, especially when you're sick. and you need some medicine. I have a diabetes. My wife, she have a lung disease.
Kasim says the couple has less than $1,700 a month in disability payments and can't afford to pay market rent. He won't go to a shelter because then he'd be separated from his wife. He doesn't think she'd be able to cope on her own, and neither does she.
I wouldn't like it because other girls probably pick on me or try to steal my stuff or punch the crap out of me.
The outreach team offers to help Skinner do her taxes and find documents they'll need to apply for social housing. Tassalauskas has been in touch with her team throughout the evening. There are 5 other vans crisscrossing the city doing the same thing.
Each person's goal was to find as many people as possible. They were very successful. I think we've gotten approximately 100, 120 surveys done, which is a huge increase from last pit count. However, it's not an accurate or a full representation of the amount of people sleeping outside right now.
I decided to come back to Herdman to talk more with Julie and learn how she ended up here. I asked her what life was like just a few years ago when she was living in Cornwall with her family.
I had everything I wanted, everything I needed. I was going to be in my forever home. My mom was a block away. I had 2 cars to drive. The kids were happy.
She said it began falling apart in 2021. There was a custody dispute for her kids and a conviction for public mischief. While in jail, Voltalina lost her house. When she got out, she went to rehab and cycled between bad roommate situations and jail again until she found this spot.
It's quiet. Nobody comes down here around at night. And you could hear a pin drop certain times. And I don't know. I like it.
She's hoping refunds from her tax return will help her find a stable place to live. In the meantime, she's thinking about how she will prepare for colder weather at Herdman. What kind of place do you want?
Preferably a house. In a perfect world, like I had. But every time that something bad happens, I'll bounce back. I'm clearly still surviving. I'd rather not do the winter out here, but I am figuring out how I'm going to do it just in case.